Stephen A. Smith went on the Ryan Clark podcast, The Pivot, to explain himself with all this anti-black controversy he's been in the middle of, involving Jasmine Crockett, involving turning it down with Serena Williams' husband. But instead of, I guess, explaining him, well, he did try to explain himself, but his way of explaining himself was to throw LeBron James under the bus. Okay? So Stephen A. Smith, which, by the way, LeBron James haven't mentioned Stephen A. Smith in, I don't know, months now, right? But like Stephen A. Smith would say, man, y'all be on me for speaking on black people. But like, what about LeBron James? He be speaking on black people too, and he never got smoked for white folks. It was just an overall bad strategy. Let's check it out, man.
Well, guess what? I found a way to win anyway. So this is what I've done. And so, you know, what you see is a different culture. And that's a conversation we never get into it really about in professional sports, but primarily the NBA, where you got cats and they go at NBA players and stuff like that. Like, you know, you bring up LeBron. You ever see LeBron go at a white boy? It's called what it is. You ever see him do that? You saw him come at me. Closest you ever came to seeing him do something like that was when he called out Brian Windhorst. What you calling out Brian Windhorst for? The man covered you since junior high school.
This completely backfired because all this did was force people to like point out the various instances where LeBron James have called out white people or white journalists. But even with this statement, like LeBron James don't go after white people. He only went after Brian Windhorst. Yeah, Brian Windhorst is the foremost leading white journalist in sports. That's the guy. If you were to go after somebody, that's the guy. And also, that's the guy that's been overwhelmingly positive towards LeBron James. So if LeBron James was only going after people who was hating on him particularly, then the Brian Windhorst example wouldn't matter because Brian Windhorst have been deriding LeBron James for years. And LeBron James still went on Pat McAfee and told Brian Windhorst, stop telling people we best friends. I don't know you, bro.
See a lot of too. Like I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like
Lindy.
Yeah, you played over high school.
Lindy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right? He was on your high school.
This guy was like, you know, says he's like my best friend. These guys are just weird. But
I don't know if Stephen A. Smith thought about that example too much. That defeats the narrative that Stephen A. Smith is about to get to, where he believes that LeBron James hates him. Well, not about to get to, but he said it before, where LeBron James hates him because he's not Shannon Sharp, because he's not willing to like ride LeBron James' coattails and say LeBron James is the GOAT. But Brian Windhorst was willing to do so. And LeBron James still don't mess with him because he be on BS. Or there's other examples of LeBron James going after white people or white journalists. Here's LeBron James going off on Doug, right? Because Doug was very critical at Bronny, right? He claims that Bronny opportunity in the NBA was given, not earned. Now, listen, right, regardless of your opinion, but LeBron did go off on him, right? LeBron says earned, not given. Got to give him credit. Poop emoji 5 times in reference to, you know, to Doug's new job. So that's LeBron going off on somebody who's not black, who's a white man, as far as I'm concerned. And I can bring up multiple instances where LeBron James had went at Trump. Trump is not in sports, but that's the most powerful white man in the world. As far as I'm concerned, the only person LeBron James won't critique is the Chinese regime, right? Because they affect billions of dollars in business for LeBron James. That's the only critique I've ever had of LeBron James. Like LeBron James is hella critical about everything else, right? But the minute the Houston Rockets coach speak up against China and their injustices and what they're doing to Muslims, LeBron James is quiet on it, and LeBron James tells him he tripping for even speaking up because they got business with China. But yeah, white folks, no, you should have said, have you ever seen LeBron James criticize China? But we can find thousands of examples of LeBron James criticizing white folks. But here is Stephen A. Smith trying to throw LeBron James under the bus because he's in some controversy.
And has praised you repeatedly. And you use the Pat McAfee situation to go at him. You understand? And that's the only time you ever seen LeBron James, you know, really go at somebody white. I'm going to call it what it is. You know, so we understand each other. You know, I understand a lot more. And I'll tell you, I'll divulge to my boy and his boy right here, you know, when I did my monologue for 17 and a half, 18 minutes, the day after he decided to go on Pat McAfee's show, all right? And I said what I said and meant every syllable of what I said. Immediately after, I was informed that we won't be hearing more from him about me. That's what I thought.
The irony here is that Stephen A. Smith can't see the hypocrisy, but everybody else saw it, which is why he got obliterated online, okay? So Stephen A. Smith has different personalities. Usually when it comes to black folks, it's the more aggressive personality that comes out. Stephen A. Smith have mafioso Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has legendary NBA player GOAT Stephen A. Smith, where he pretends that he was this really great NBA player a basketball player who could have made it to the NBA if he didn't get hurt. Kind of find out that's not true. Stephen A. Smith y'all saw Stephen A. Smith, and that usually only comes out when he's talking to a white man with power. With LeBron James, you see how he's talking? Oh yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Oh yeah, you know. Oh yeah. He seen my monologue. Bro, LeBron James didn't see that monologue. That monologue didn't strike fear in LeBron freaking. Bro, who do you think is terrified of a monologue, bro? Bro, you think like your words will do harm to LeBron James? Bro, Skip Bayless, for the last, 20 years, have tore LeBron James apart. You think LeBron James is scared of you? No, LeBron James don't want to talk about you no more because he feels like he's giving you more clout. Right? Because when he talked about you, you went on like a whole press tour about him. Right? But people also point out, man, you this aggressive with LeBron James, like 3 months later, and he hasn't mentioned you at all. And you're on the pivot to talk about how you turned it down with Serena Williams' husband and, the things you said about Jasmine Crockett, but yet you're bringing LeBron James into it to take the heat off your back. It's not going to work.
That's what I thought. Because I got receipts. Anytime, any place, anywhere. It's not just him. I pride myself on being a fair-minded individual, being professional, but I'm also a proud black man. And I know not only what I've done, what I've tried to do for black men in our industry, black men in the world of sports, covering stuff the way that I do. I might have to call you out sometimes, but you know why I'm calling you out? Because there's a whole bunch of other black people I got to look out for, and they can't make the same errors you just made, because if they did, it would ruin their life. You're ultra talented, so you could get away with it. So I could talk about how wrong you are, but I need to use you as that example because I got a bigger vision. And the bigger vision is to make sure to shield cats from making those same kind of mistakes that will end their careers. You don't have to worry about that because you're too talented and gifted and you've already achieved so much that you don't have to worry about that. But do they look at it that way? Do they look at the big picture? No. Why? Because they want to hate on you. I've been in this business for over 30 years. There is not a single athlete, a single executive, a single owner. There is no one associated with sports that could tell you they came up to me and said they want to talk to me. They picked up the phone and said they want to talk to me, and I refused to talk to them.
This is the part of the media that I really despise because it's been done to me countless of times, and people think that this is acceptable, right? Like in the case of Stephen A. Smith, he's saying, hey, if I've ever said something about you that's offensive, you know you could reach me if you want to reach me. No, like how about I don't reach you and I just don't rock with you. I just don't mess with you. Right? It's been done to me countless times, right? Where somebody will say something or like make a video about me, right? That's offensive. That's either they're lying on me, they're like attacking me personally, and then they'll reach out to other people around me trying to have a conversation about it. Bro, like I don't care to have a conversation. Like I don't care. I just now group you as I don't rock with you. You feel me? I don't rock with you. I don't mess with you. Is that I don't want to have a conversation because you know what you did was offensive. It's not up to me to tell you that what you did was offensive. You knew it was offensive when you was making a video or when you were saying what you were saying. So no, I'm not trying to have no conversations. I'm not trying to squash it. Listen, I never respond back to like drama. I just don't. All right? Like I'm on like tunnel vision right now, trying to get to where I'm trying to go. I have no time to respond back to drama. I just group you in, okay, yeah, I don't rock with you, and I move on. So Stephen A. Smith is doing a thing I hate. Hey, bruh, you see me on national television saying something really offensive about your son. Well, you could call my phone if you got a problem with that. No, how about I just don't rock with you? And if we're ever in the same building, I'm going to tell you I don't rock with you and keep it pushing. Right? We don't ever have to be cool. I don't ever have to squash it. There ain't no middle ground or understanding. You knew it was disrespectful when you was saying it.
And that after talking to me, if I got their perspective, I got you. Because I don't have to agree with you.
Yep.
But if you're man enough to talk to me and give me your perspective, I have an inherent obligation professionally to make sure that I contextualize your words properly and I present them in a fashion that you asked me to do that. When that doesn't happen, it's because these cats refuse to talk to me. And if you refuse to talk to me, why? What's the reason? Could it be because you don't have an argument? Could it be because you can't sit before me and put your facts up against mine and have a discussion man to man? Because if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong. And I've proven throughout my career that if I'm wrong publicly, I'm not going to apologize privately. I will come and apologize publicly. See, with somebody like LeBron, you ain't get no apology. I'm too little. I'm too meaningless. I'm too insignificant for somebody like him to be man enough to say, yo, you really didn't do that to my son. You were really calling me out. I was the one that, whether it's getting him into the draft, getting him drafted by the Lakers, having him brought up from the G League, putting him up against Tyrese Maxey in the first quarter on a night after he was in the G League the night before. I didn't call those things out until that last part happened.
I don't know if Stephen A. Smith is pretending not to understand why LeBron James is upset or if he truly don't, which would be even more concerning, right? Because that would mean you probably have some social issues going on. But Stephen A. Smith's claiming, right, that LeBron James is the one who took Bronny from the G League and made him play in the first quarter. First off, that's insulting because you're saying the coach didn't do it or the organization didn't do it, as if, like, Bronny hasn't earned his way onto an NBA court. Even if you believe that and you're standing by your conviction, don't pretend like it's not insulting or offensive. Because there's a lot of people who believe that Bronny only played in any NBA games because of LeBron. That's cool. If that's what you think, true. But you will understand why LeBron James or even Bronny would be upset. Right? Because that's his son. And then Stephen A. Smith took it a step further to question LeBron James' parenting skills. Nigga, it's basketball, bro. LeBron, as a father, I can't believe you would put your son in an NBA game, bro. As a father, how could you put him in an NBA game and have him guard Tyrese Maxey? Bro, huh? As if this man is a bad father. Son, bro. If you're saying LeBron James is the reason why Bronny even played in that Lakers game, I think he played like 28 minutes or 30 minutes. If you're saying, yeah, LeBron's the reason why, he's a bad father for that? Sir, bro, what? The man got his son to play in an NBA game according to you. Bro, that's an amazing father to me, okay? But you continuing to bring up LeBron whenever you speak on Bronny, claiming it was given, not earned, that's disrespect to Bronny. And as a father, he's going to be upset about that. But Stephen A. Smith would try to paint it as if LeBron James is mad because he said that he's not the GOAT. Bro, Skip Bayless has been saying that for years. LeBron James ain't never pulled up on Skip Bayless. You know who has been really supportive of Bronny to be? It's great. Skip Bayless has been the most supportive of Bronny James. LeBron's biggest hater has been the most supportive of LeBron's son. But Stephen A. Smith, the brother, is on national television saying time after time, Bronny James was given it, not earned it.
I didn't say anything when he's a McDonald's All-American and he was only averaging 14 points a game. I didn't say anything when he went to USC and he had the heart ailment and people were speculating about why that was. I didn't say anything when he said he was entering the NBA draft. I didn't say anything when he ended up getting picked by the Lakers. I didn't say anything when he was there opening night with the Griffeys, Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. celebrating. I stood up and applauded.
That's a great moment.
I thought it was a great moment. And most importantly, I thought LeBron James deserved it because he did so much for the league. I said the league owes him this. Whatever he wants. If that's what he wants, that's what he wants. And the money, he's underpaid. So I don't care what his son getting paid. Go for it. I think his son's going to end up being a good pro. He keeps working on his game. I said all of these things. It's just that after one night in Philly, I said, wait a minute now. Now you asking us to ignore doing our job. We saw what we saw. He's not ready yet. That doesn't mean he won't be ready. And because of that, you caused this whole brouhaha? Nah.
Nah, that's a lie. You didn't say he's just not ready. You said he didn't even earn an opportunity. Okay? Now, people reacted to what Stephen A. Smith had to say, and it didn't go how Stephen A. Smith planned it to go. Van Lathan responded back, and Van Lathan says he asked if LeBron has ever gone at a white boy, then brings up LeBron going at a white boy and why LeBron was wrong for going at a white boy, which is true. But other people weren't as diplomatic as Van Lathan. User by the name of Love La Terrier says, this man is a manipulative, gaslighting narcissist. He's been hearing folks say he won't call out white people, and he flipped it on LeBron. I'm so glad I saw who he truly was when he first went on Sean Hannity. Shaking my head. Any black man friends with Hannity is not a friend to our people. Another user wrote, same dude who just got punked by a white man on live television and stayed quiet like a good boy. Laugh my A off. This dude has become so freaking insufferable. Stephen A. Smith thought that the public would have been like, yeah, Stephen A. LeBron does do that. You right. You are a savior. They said, cut it out. We read through it, buddy. Another user writes, Stephen A. has got to think of himself as Malcolm X or something, the way he talks about this or that for black people. Meanwhile, he's actually tap dancing on Fox News regularly. Now, I don't think Stephen A. just being on Fox News is tap dancing, but if you haven't went to Stephen A. Smith comment section as of lately, I implore you to do so. Go to Stephen A. Smith response to Jasmine Crockett. Stephen A. Smith comment section looks like a KKK rally. And I'm not joking. His comment section it looks like a KKK rally. Stephen A. Smith, for the most part, has been very successful in ingratiating himself with a certain community. And that community is pretty loud and vocal in Stephen A. Smith comment section. But hey, y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think? All right, do y'all believe that Stephen A. Smith had a point about LeBron, or do y'all feel like Stephen A. Smith is tripping? All right, now, if you're watching this video and you want to do what I do and make videos and get paid for a living, I've made $90,000 in 28 days on YouTube. I want to show you how to do it the quick and fast way. If you want to learn how to grow on YouTube really fast or get one-on-one consultation, the link is in my description. Click the link, all right? I'm going to see you guys there. Also, I pick one of you guys every month for a free consultation, so sign up in the link below. If you enjoyed this video, click on this video right here to find out how this LA rapper just got killed, but his ops is already claiming it and self-snitching. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.